Quinn and I get uppercases. Fraggy, you do now too, but now Thades is lowercase.
Yeah, I don't get uppercase. My name is a Linux command.
Oh,
my name's a Linux command.
What?
I will admit I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Is there anyone in chat that knows what Linux is? Someone in chat say, "Oh, I get it. Thades' name is lowercase because it's a Linux command."
I mean, I know what Linux is. But
Someone say you get it.
Are.
Someone say.
Okay. Yeah, like I know.
Okay, Debian's fine. Linux, we'll go. I mean, Debian's not fine. Debian's kind of a. Oh, Debian. Anyway, let's not talk about Linux distros at this time. At least Beardless has some understanding. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't know computers good enough for that.
Yeah, I just know they go burr and make things go.
I know, right?
That's it. That's all I got.
Programmers are lazy, and so they don't want to type capital letters if they don't have to. So every Linux command is all lowercase.
But like they're the least. But programmers do so much. Though.
Thank you, hybrid.
So much in like programming,
which means we save time where we can. We don't want to hit that cursed shift key.
Cursed.
I don't want to have to engage 2 buttons.
It's too much. It's too much. Y'all get it now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Fix the nameplate. Hi, everybody. It's me.
Hello.
And you.
You.
And it's lost in chat. Now you know.
Dun, dun, dun.
So.
I'm trying to dodge the sun.
Doing your best. So light block curtains in my studio. That helps.
It'll only last until we fully rotate to the summer position. Right now, it's just in a very bad spot.
Oh, got it. Where did we even leave off last time? What happened last time? Rammer got a present, and then Finnegan got presents for the Nixies, and then Esmeralda had kind of got a present from her present.
I got a tree babby.
Yeah, and she's a
tree babby.
She could go get more presents, but she refuses.
One present at a time.
That look.
It is, in fact, not Tuesday in the game world right now. So
the tree babby vexes me. Is it Wednesday at this point?
Should be, right? Let's go look at the. I'm going to go look at the timeline here.
Because we did the quelling and shenanigans on Tuesday. I think we've only rested once since then.
Have we?
I think.
Yes. We have at least rested once.
You have rested once.
Okay.
I think it's bedtime now, right? So it's about to be another rest time. Is that right?
I forget with resting.
Yeah, you spent a bunch of time in the way station, came home, did dinner.
Yeah, Esme had gone to her tree, and Finn, in a drunken stupor, had gone to sleep.
That's true.
And
love.
That's true. That was so cute.
No, I can relate. I can relate.
Furiously erasing.
Wednesday.
And ripping my paper.
It is Wednesday.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll just keep this easy. I'll keep
in game. Sorry.
Whoa. Yeah, this is like where the whole naming scheme breaks down, right? Like, I'm not going to change it, but I think about it. Wednesday is Woden's Day. Woden's Day is Odin's Day. It's named for Odin.
Mm.
And
there is no Odin in Hollice.
But what if we called it Weens Day? It's Weejas. I can't make it come out right, but I'm trying.
Thor's Day, Freya's Day,
Weech Day,
Beardless knows. Beardless knows.
Weech Day.
I'm kind of on Beardless to get some of my most. Is it between Beardless and Chris? All of my like jokes that literally no one's going to understand. Those two dudes got me. Thank you.
I've noticed that trend.
They're like, oh no, we understand the niche that poor bastard's from. We get it. Thank you. What have you missed? Nothing. In fact, we're trying to just try to remember what happened last time. What I remember last time was presents. Lots of presents. Odin did have ravens. That's true. Interesting. So you're going to speak with maybe Odin sometime. Before the conversation with Odin, maybe a conversation with someone else. I don't know.
I don't know. I
Maybe a
didn't-
conversation. Maybe
Who
we'll
could
talk. Maybe we won't
say?
talk.
Maybe we'll never talk again.
Maybe we'll do a whole episode that's silent.
Maybe we could
Could you imagine?
try that, I guess.
I
Silent
think that would
movie.
last all of like 5
Play
seconds.
some music. back
Yeah.
there.
Ladies would
Easy
do
with that.
something to make somebody squeal, and that would be it.
You have to
Yeah.
name a day after Polly. Can a cleric
Oh.
officiate their own wedding? Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
I know exactly who asked that question.
Yeah, it's the medieval era, so it's not like you don't need clergy to marry you or a justice or whatever. Like that's not how it worked. It only overworked that way because people tried to emulate the aristocracy and the royals had to have all of their shitty sham marriages locked in with contracts and agreements between nations. No one was happy. And big parties.
Get
And at
off
least
the stove.
citizens wanted to do big parties. And essentially the reason the church was ever involved at the beginning was because they kept the records, because the one dude in the entire settlement who you knew could write was the pastor. That dude, usually, friar or whatever, could like read and write. And he kept all the records for the town. He was the scribe.
That's what. Is that what your follower is doing? Grandma? Question mark?
Maybe.
I forgot his name. I forget his name. every time.
I'm
Correct.
thinking.
Canaan
Dra-
is in
I'm-
fact a scribe.
Cain.
Canaan.
Canaan.
Yes.
Will
I'll have
he
to come
will
up with
he start
sermons.
trying to be a devotee of Bokab and trying to preach the word? I mean,
We'll find out.
I'm not saying I haven't given that
Stay
thought
tuned.
or rolled on it, but who knows?
Oh God. I'm so scared of all the things.
I know.
Lucky, are you leaving me?
Anyway, marriage in medieval society was literally just two people would come out of a house they were in together and tell everybody, "Hey, we're married," and then they'd throw a party. And then
It's a
the
nice
church would
little way
write
to
down,
do it.
"Okay, these two people are married."
I like that.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Well, I have access to a spell that does it too, and people get bonuses when they get married. So I'm
You
just
have a
saying.
spell to marry?
I can use a spell, and I think it works for like
That's so
forget.
cool.
Hold on, let me look it up because it has other uses, but yeah,
I like it as the marriage
I
spell.
can marry people.
Cast marriage.
I cast marriage.
That sucks.
You probably
Do you-
shouldn't have told chat that.
Do you have the other side of that spell to cast the unmarriage, the annul?
Do you have
Do you have
divorce?
annulment and divorce? Yeah.
Okay, I can do atonement, bless water, coming of age, dedication, funeral rite, and wedding.
Wait,
Are all
atonement
covered
under one spell?
Under
What's
ceremony.
atonement?
Oh,
The
that's
spell is called
interesting.
ceremony.
Atonement's super fucking important in second edition and third edition. So it's interesting that it's like under ceremony now.
You touch one willing creature whose alignment has changed, and you make a DC 20 insight check. On a successful check, you restore the target to its original alignment.
Effectively, yeah, it's almost always not something cast by a player. Usually, like the you have to go on a massive fucking quest to atone for something you did. That's literally what it is. Like, someone's really evil, like, and they want to come around. Atonement is how you can help them finish it, but they have to prove that even though they were evil, they want to be good.
Dun dun dun. It's a level 1 ritual spell now.
Ah.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, have we
Really, a
we
level
didn't
1
level up.
ritual spell to restore someone's original alignment?
Uh-huh.
God, that's deeply interesting. My last players must not have known that. Huh.
Uh-oh.
Take note. Write down.
To be fair, this may have come. Yes, this came from Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which may not have been published at the time. This is extra
Yeah.
post content spell shit that I have
Could be it.
because I did the homework. I was like, oh God, what can I have?
I mean, that
That
could
was
be
it.
very
Dude.
helpful. I want to make sure that people stay alive. That's important.
I'm doing my best.
Well,
Ooh. Oh, only once. I was like, hey, but never mind. Okay.
we'll bring the
Yeah.
bring the lights up. Let's bring the lights up on our beautiful little hamlet. Little Hollice is growing. There are freshly constructed homes. One is nearing completion. 2 others are, they're getting wall mounted to their studs now. Very strong frames. Not now, it's nighttime. People are asleep. Milavir doing her usual patrol. Otherwise, very quiet settlement. Esmeralda sitting in her tree next to a sleeping owl who just ate, and a sleeping sprite, woodland sprite. Apparently needs sleep on her new moss carpeting and moss bedding.
I don't trust this.
Ashdale sleeping on the couch. She has a room. She's welcome in Ramar's room, but she just likes sleeping on couches for some reason. Turns out that after what amounts to decades of military service and fighting, sometimes she can't sleep if a surface is too soft. But she has graduated from sleeping on floors and dirt to getting onto couches. She considers that an improvement. She's happy here. Next to her are 2 crates filled with straw, the formal blacksmith stamps on them. I don't know why, but I assume Finnegan snores. So you can hear
Yeah, he does.
this gentle snoring coming from Finnegan's room.
Sarah Moss complains about it all the time.
Poor Sir Moss.
He's a heavy sleeper. Once he's out, he's out. He tries to get in bed before Finnegan climbs into the bunk.
My poor buddy.
I think Grandma's plan was probably to sleep. But
Is that an option? That would be great.
no, actually, it's a little bit of a continuity error that Ashdale's even asleep right now, because obviously she fell asleep naturally and it was not anything else that did that. That would be rude.
You hit that button that I think you're hitting. Why are you like this?
Hey, Fraggy will tell you that my finger is not anywhere dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Fraggy?
Mm-hmm.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess that depends on what that button does.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's
Should
the
we-
Bifendar button.
Do you want to
That's
hit the
what it
button, Fraggy,
is.
to find out?
No.
Okay. I mean, I can hit it to find out.
Sorry.
I can confirm it is not over dice. That is all I can confirm.
Oh, dice?
Nope.
That's comforting.
No,
Dice or button?
No,
It's got to be dice or button.
No.
To do something. Otherwise, the show must go on, right?
No event dice yet.
We don't
Isn't
have
it party
to do.
day? Question
There are
mark?
plenty of other things.
Aren't we promised? Didn't we promise?
Yeah. No violence. Just shenanigans. Redmar,
Yes.
you're in what amounts to a large circular room, ringed in doors, almost enough doors to build a clock out of in here, leading in those directions. None of them have any labels. The floor is a concentric circle pattern, all shades of red. Brighter in the middle, darker towards the edges.
Don't worry, Ranmar. I'm here. I'm going to be by your side.
I'm so glad. Great. Okay, where are we going? Great.
I can sense that you maybe want someone other than me to be here to support you. Don't dream through this. I can bring someone else.
No. What did you call it? It's fine. No. I'm just nervous. I
You wish
feel
to
like
confront
that's
the
normal.
lady yourself.
That's what worries me. Great. Oh God. I don't know.
The being
I'm
is
so
sort
nervous.
of grinning at you.
Not the creepy grin, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
No.
Okay, we won't go with that.
Mm,
The grin is wide, flat, thin. It's a grin with mirth, but no warmth.
I don't like any of it.
hmm. Great. Okay. Can we? Oh God, can we get this show on the road? I'm just scared.
There's no rush here. Time passes so slowly. We can take as much time as you need. I want you to feel emotionally ready.
I don't think that's possible, Bifendar.
I feel so inadequate. I can't emotionally support you through this
This is not a
challenge.
you problem. This is a me problem.
It's very much a me problem. If I were
No.
different, this would be easier for you. Just imagine. Just imagine.
If I looked like this,
And it
Stop
looks
that.
like Vergadine for a brief moment.
No,
no,
this is
you
worse.
don't. You don't want that.
No.
Nope.
But
Nope.
you understand that if it was genuinely him, this would be easier. Therefore, it's a me problem. I recognize that.
I don't know that that's true.
You don't
I-
believe that I recognize that I'm the problem?
No, I don't think it would be easier if Vergadine was here either. Can we, why are we here? I'm so nervous.
You have been summoned. I feel so bad I brought you here alone. I'll fetch your friends.
What?
No.
Oh,
Finnegan and Esmeralda are
No.
unceremoniously thrust into the space from wherever they were.
Look,
Ooh.
friends. They'll make it better. I helped.
Ouch.
So helpful.
I assumingly probably have a hangover, so great.
Oh,
I think at this point you're probably still drunk, right?
I can fix that too, but you won't like it.
No, I don't like that. I won't.
You are no longer intoxicated and your head hurts.
Why? How did you help?
That's what I asked Zermos.
How?
Why would you help?
How did you help? You? Question mark.
I'm doing everything I can to make this easier. Why don't you tell them where you are, Ranmar? It'll be better.
Wait, there was so much echo, I didn't catch that. What?
It will be better if they learn where they are from you.
Oh, okay, great. You know what? Why don't I turn the volume up so I can hear y'all? So where are we? Hold on. Is this?
We are in the castle of the Raven Queen. Oh, that means I told them.
I thought I was okay.
Yeah,
I
don't
misunderstood the assignment. I thought I was supposed to tell them what dimension or something plane we were in.
It's the
That
plane of
wasn't.
shadow, but the castle
That's
is
the
special.
place.
The environment has been adapted so that you will not be permanently impacted by the shadow plane.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's
Great.
wrong, small elf? Everything's fine. You are welcome here.
Not better.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
The being points forward at the door at the 12 o'clock position.
I don't need to check for traps here, do I? I'm just gonna ask it.
The being like does a full like 90-degree confusion tilt of its head at you.
Ew. Can we not contortion?
Sorry.
It snaps its head back a little too fast.
If you would feel more comfortable examining the environment for yourself, you are welcome to do so. I don't know that it would inspire confidence for me to tell you that if I wanted to hurt you, I wouldn't waste my time with a trap.
Okay, that does make me feel better. Thank you.
I feel like
That makes you feel better?
we were aware. Yeah.
A little bit.
I am
mean-
still extremely uneasy.
Oh, I'm
When you're
uneasy, but it
talking-
makes me feel better.
You're talking about a whole planetar. Yeah, a trap is just wasting time.
Yeah. Are you gonna be with us while we did you say we can just roam around? What's happening, Raymar?
The door is there.
It's still pointing at the door at the 12 o'clock position in this room. This room is basically a door per hour. No labels, but that's how many doors there are in the circular room.
Is there anything else that we should notice in this room?
Walls are a sort of like dark charcoal, flat, matte color. The doors a similar, if slightly different shade of black. The floor is the most interesting stand-up part. It's the red concentric circles.
There's no people dust, right?
There's no people dust here.
We have to check.
We've got that going for us at least.
I will stay with you if you want me to. But I will also not stay with you if that makes you feel less comfortable.
I'm up for you staying.
I was gonna say it's your planetar. Your call.
I'm your planetar?
Is that not what this is?
Well, yeah. But it's still nice to hear you say it. It makes me feel
You just want
that I'm
validation.
fulfilling my purpose.
I'm glad.
Your friends like me less than you do.
Hey, how do you know that?
I know too much to be comfortable in most moments.
Oh dear.
What's gonna happen if we go through the red door?
If
Not
you
red door,
pass
it's red
through
door
the
is black.
door, you want the door to be red?
The door
I forgot
becomes
that
blood
door was
red.
Now the door is red.
Thanks, Finn.
When you
I'm
pass
sorry.
through the blood red door, you will meet the Raven Queen.
I'm assuming we kind of have to now.
Haven't you wanted this? Don't you have questions? Things to say? Aren't you a little angry with her? Now you have an opportunity to express your feelings.
Great.
I'm not doing
I
so.
shouldn't lead. I'm just gonna say it.
Finn walks in. I didn't mean to flirt.
And another thing.
You know what you
No.
asked what questions in our whippets, what we should say. Do you think I should lead right now?
No.
That's why I'm laughing. So I'm
No.
like, whoa.
But somehow it would be a flirt. Somehow.
Yeah, she'd be into it somehow.
Somehow. Okay.
No, she'll have a crush on Ranmar.
Yeah,
God, no.
that'll solve a lot. Hold on.
No.
Did you roll?
Stop. Why are you throwing me under the bus again?
You under the bus.
It's nice under the
If I
bus.
wouldn't say it, chat would say to roll for the Raven Queen, and you know it.
I do. I do know that, but I could pretend for the next 2.5
Just for her-
hours.
But doesn't it
For a
make
that it
blissful
didn't
moment.
happen.
Doesn't it make it feel like it's a little bit more in our control if we say it first?
Yeah, if we get right to it.
No. um. What was the? Oh, right. If we were talking, if Finn should lead this party, great. Okay, let's.
Turn me loose.
No, I'm not turning you loose. No, please don't. This
Turn
is,
me
with my 39 HP.
Turn me loose. For some
Let me go
reason,
loose in the
you
Raven
say
Queen.
turn me loose, and the vision that I get is Ashdale like holding you by your shirt and your legs, just like.
Ashel, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god,
Finn's like, let me at him.
I'm so
I'm all
scared
bark,
right
no
now.
bite, truly. I'll get in there and just tail right between the legs. It's fine.
It's perfectly normal to be afraid. There's a lot of unknowns here. Her power is immense. Some would say she's the most powerful of the gods. She is the oldest, and she knows so much.
Well, can we have a check-in of what did we actually want to ask her? Like, what do we need to?
Um,
I also slightly forgot why I've been mad this whole time. I got mad about something she did with Pern, right? She wouldn't let Pern talk.
yeah, she kept him from talking when his
Okay.
whole purpose was to answer questions.
Okay, yeah.
And then we wondered, I think I may be a little bit off here, but I think we had wondered why it didn't seem like she could have stopped the shill and didn't. And I wrote down on my notes, I want to ask why it's been so long since the final spell and it seems like she's tipped the dominoes to start falling. Why did she wait so long? Those are my two big questions that I wrote down.
Okay. Dope. I mean, I guess those are like the biggest. And also we have to ask her about compassion because of Rydia and Yvonne for their little future.
Wait,
Because Rydia won't date Yvonne, right? Because of Raven Queen's lack of compassion.
was her name Rydia? I thought she was Malaki.
Malaki, yeah, Malaki is the other nature goddess.
Which one's which?
Rydia is the half snake lady.
Oh, okay. So I was confused. Sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go.
I was,
A lot of
I was
names.
so sure on that one. Okay. Okay. So
I'm
that's
right.
basically the recap that I'm aware of.
Dope. Okay. I'm writing. Okay. Oh, these notes. Yeah, those are good ones. So what's the last one you said?
Why wait so long after the final spell went off to start the process of rolling?
For
Unless I
start the
mean,
process for what? I feel like I've missed something.
it just seems like it just seems like the Raven Queen's been holding all the cards and
Oh,
is just now being like, aha.
Gotcha. Does she still know about the? Does she have the block? Or
I
is
don't
she
think
one of the
we
ones?
know that, but she has Pern
Okay,
who could tell her everything, right?
you're right. That's a good assumption.
Don't know if he did tell everything, but he could have.
But he could. Yeah.
Yeah. And it seemed like he would have. He seemed like he was very repentant. Is that the word I'm looking for, maybe?
Yeah.
It's a good word.
Okay. I'll go with it, yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot to ask and talk about. Who's leading the way?
That's good. Having many questions means this is a
Will we
good
die?
idea. Will you die?
Yeah.
Why would you die? We need you.
Sorry.
That's a good face.
That does not make me feel better.
What would make you feel better?
I don't know. Being somewhere else, maybe.
What if I sang a song?
Oh no.
Help you feel
I don't think that's
more
necessary.
comfortable?
No.
Do you
No, no. No,
know
no.
the Muffin Man? The one on Hollice Lane? Do
Like it.
you know the Muffin Man? They
Do I have a little?
say
Can I
he
start
is
playing my little instrument
insane.
for whatchamacallit?
Have you
And also give Bardic
met the
inspiration?
Muffin Man? He wants to hold your hand.
Why is
Do
this happening?
you
Can I give
see
Bardic inspiration to
the
two people?
Muffin Man drowning in the sand?
I'm gonna.
Well,
I'm gonna
I guess technically you can. Yours are different than mine. Never mind. You could. Finn.
I help
Also,
you with a
I-
song.
Thank I almost remember we said no thank you, but it was great.
Trying to
I-
help you.
I wanted to play along. What I forgot my instrument that I have, but I want to give Bardic inspiration to people
Okay.
before we do this.
Bifendar starts crying. Tears are streaming from his eyeballs.
What?
Hi.
I am so ill-equipped to help you. Maybe you're right. My lack of capacity for compassion is a detriment to my ability to aid you. But it can't be fixed. I cannot have compassion. It was denied to me.
There's so much to unpack.
If she
Here.
holds all the cards, then why has she not done more? But then the perception that she's holding all the cards gives her such an advantage, whether she has them or not.
How do we know she has all the cards? Has she just said it?
The blood colored door opens just a few inches, but it makes a loud as it opens, listing towards you.
I'll be right back.
Ready.
Be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a hot take real quick.
I'm
I
excited.
don't think she has all the cards. I don't. I think she knows about the spell and she doesn't have a block and she is somehow has gained power through the rewriting portion of like, yeah, just tell everyone that I have all the cards and that I'm super powerful and I'm a Raven Queen. I don't think she's as powerful as she portrays.
So you are.
I'm scared.
I am too now.
Are you? I for what? Why? Oh crap. We're gonna die. We're dead.
We're gonna die. We're gonna die.
Bifendar sort of phases half out of view and then walks through the door. Like without touching the
Great.
door, just ghosts through the door.
Great. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's just
Am I leading?
let's go. No, I'm
Okay.
scared if you lead. All right. Okay.
Go.
Let's go. I'll go. Yep. Going.
We're gonna do great. We're gonna do
Okay.
great. We're gonna do great.
We're gonna die.
Ranmar,
It's
you
like being
grasp the
taught almost.
door. It's heavy but swings easily in towards you, and you bravely step out into the next space, which is not really a room. What's the name of the architecture? I think I looked this up. It's like,
The theater?
the tower that sticks off the side. Where is that word? I wrote it down. A bartizan tower. It's sort of like a peninsula sticking off the side of a building. To your left and right, there are black, matte-colored stone railings. Basalt, perhaps. An ocean of shadow writhing in every direction from here. If you look long enough, you can see that the world is down there underneath the shadowy mass. Can't see the town from this angle. You can see the river. You can see the remnants of trellis on the opposing cliff face far from here. At the very end of the peninsula, there's a dais, 7 steps leading up to a throne. Very large throne with what appear to be live ravens, all staring at you as one with a lithe, hooded and cloaked individual, all in black with a face you can't see, sitting on the throne, staring at you silently. To her right hand is a much more familiar face. Shilpern is there. I'm happy to. Wow, so I was about to say I'm happy to sort of drive until you tell me not to, and I was going to navigate you in the room, but it sounds like maybe that's not the call right now. So
I don't know. I'm scared. I was like, should I? I don't know what the protocol is here.
Walk in and say what gives. I say this after.
Some. What? No. No. Okay. No, I don't want to die. Whatever the not death protocol is, I would like to do that.
We can't die. We're necessary. We're needed.
For now.
Finnegan gets it.
No, I'm scared.
Can I walk in and say what's up?
Sure.
No, I'm supposed to be. I've been asked to not lead, so I will behave.
I think it's been proven Ranmar can't stop you. Do what you will. But I can't save you.
As you are staring with fear at at apparently the god of shadow and death and also secrets you've learned, you realize that your focus was really locked in there at first. Like you met her gaze, but you realize you're in your education, you know that no one meets the gaze of a deity. And so that can't be what happened. You're not sure, but you sort of bring yourself back into your body and take the room in a little bit more. There is another throne next to her. Same color, no ravens on it. There's an old man sleeping in it. Bearded, gentle face. He's wearing robes that look almost exactly like Shilorani's. And you think to yourself, is that who I think it is? And then you realize the colors of Bokab have always been blue and white. Oh. And Shilorani's always worn blue and white. And you know something now about the founding of your entire religion, something that no other cleric ever has known.
Great.
Welp.
Good.
What does it mean?
That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Bokab, aka Shill of Bokab. I think so. Am I way off base there? Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh God. Oh God. Literally. Oh God.
Oh gods. There's
two
multiple.
gods too. God. Okay, great.
These are both your deities, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay.
And Bokab is asleep, you said?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That seems odd.
Have you ever encountered a god before?
No, but it's still weird.
Yeah, the narrator agrees.
Should we perception? Or
sure.
Insight?
Yeah,
or
do
something?
it.
Yeah, you see everything I've described?
Oh, does that mean I don't have to roll?
Correct.
I don't. I'm so
How
scared.
did we get here?
I mean, Finnegan, a reasonable question for Finnegan to ask. You were asleep in your bed, and then all of a sudden, here you are.
We were yeeted
You're
here.
in your pajamas, probably.
Are we in actual world? Or are we in dream world?
You're in the plane of shadow.
Okay.
You are in the castle of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Finnegan's had some experiences that kind of like run the gamut on different places you can be. This is a new one.
Okay.
The only, there were 3 NPCs who have been in the plane of shadow that you have traffic with. So, more now.
Rachel, Ashdale, and maybe Tiash.
Milavir.
Oh, we live here.
Every time Milavir does a shadow step, she's temporarily passing through this plane.
Oh, I kind of assumed it was a Feywild thing. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Great. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out my freaking lighting. Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Pern's looking at you. His face still kind and patient. Do you remember it?
I'll say what gives. Just out loud.
I'm so scared.
I see Bifendar took some liberties in bringing your friends, Claire Cranmar, says Pern. That they're welcome
He thought
here.
it was helpful.
You're doing their best. These are unprecedented times.
Agreed. Not how I thought my evening would go.
Usually. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
The narrator was just going to fill the air by saying that usually when a god summons you to speak to you, they don't sit there and listen.
No, that's kind of what's freaking me out extra here.
Why are we here?
Thank you, Finn.
It's an opportunity, Pern says.
Oh, like the opportunity you were given to talk to us and answer questions previously? That kind of opportunity?
Yes.
I'm sorry. His body is leaving.
Finnegan is spicy.
Because opportunity didn't do anything for us last time that the opportunity to having questions answered came
You
about.
feel that your questions weren't answered in any capacity? Pern says.
Not any capacity, just it felt like a lot of them.
Well,
And actually genuinely out of character. I genuinely don't remember the things that we asked.
Oh.
But I remember there was a lot that was not, that Pern was like, well, I can't answer that or that or that.
There was some pushback on some things. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Sorry, no, I'm messing with my lighting.
Lights are evil.
I know.
I feel like I spaced out. What was the answer to why are we here?
It's an opportunity, literally just so
Just
that you
an
can
opportunity. Okay.
ask questions.
So I didn't miss anything. Okay. It was okay. Unhelpful. Okay, great. So
What were you saying? Unhelpful.
I'm freaking out and I'm very tired.
Why have you graced us with the opportunity to answer questions now? I don't mean to be sassy at this point anymore. Well, I mean a little bit, but not aggressively, just like
Not
accusatory.
aggressively.
The air around you is filled with whispers and languages that none of you have ever heard. Pern seems to listen to them. There are a few reasons, Pern says. One, you have learned some new things, many new things. 2, I have learned some new things. And 3, the lady has something to warn you about. But that will wait. For now, please ask your questions. You must have some.
Is she not here right now?
She's literally sitting behind him.
Okay. Because he's doing a lot of answering for her.
Remember, he is the herald. So
Is that his? That's his like.
that's his job.
Okay.
I mean, you've encountered Tempest and Rydia, and they speak for themselves. So encountering a deity that doesn't do that, it's a little bit, what's going on with that? You don't know. Like your experience with deities is way beyond that of most other mortals at this point. So
Gotcha. I.
All right. Okay.
He-
All right. So it sure seems like a lot of knowledge before the final spell went off was had here, and nothing seemed to have been done to stop it. Why? I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Goodbye. Great. Fuck. I opened my mouth one time. Okay.
I don't think if I've gotten smited yet that you're gonna get smited.
it wasn't really the choice of the lady alone to prevent or permit it. There were gods who wanted to destroy some of what we made, all of what we made. There were gods that wanted to control what we'd made. But there was one goddess who commanded a tremendous amount of power, who wished to unmake, well, essentially everything. All intelligent life. She wanted to render the world down to a purely chaotic wilderness. Simple animals and plant life. No more
That's why.
groups, no settlements, no cities, no people, no invention, no free will. Alona wanted to end everything. She still wants to end everything.
Was she? It seems like she might have been the first. Maybe casualty might not be the right word, but the first one to be targeted by the shill. Is that why?
She was not the first.
Oh, great.
But she did have her desires long before we even made a stand. She needed to amass her power to do it. And deceive a number of her allies.
Who were her allies?
Well, only one of them walks freely now. And I am not clear on their allegiances. Are you, Cleric Granmar?
Was it Kithriel was an ally in this shit? God damn it.
Yeah, he nods.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh.
Great. See, this is why I made as sure as I could Kithriel couldn't hear me when I said things. Great. We're gonna die. It's gonna be fine.
So can we not trust Kithriel?
We don't know, says Pern.
Hasn't Kithriel done nothing but help us so far? Or has Kithriel been more of a, like, not necessarily like adamantly helpful, but like not stopping us either. Kind of just like there and helpful.
I would say he hasn't impeded the party in any way that you're aware of. Right.
Yeah.
And I would say he has been somewhat less helpful than Cheldenoth or Polly.
Okay.
He has been helpful though. Led you to the tower safely. Warned you
Yeah.
about some things that you had to worry about when you met him. She's been helpful.
I mean, a lot of reconsidering and realigning can happen in 2,000 years, but to go from, yeah, let's just destroy everything to, maybe not. That's a big shift.
Yeah.
It's a big
a
big dynamic
jump.
shift.
It's-
Yeah, big jump.
I agree with you, Princess. It's not clear to me that Kithriel was fully aware of Alona's aims until the end.
You think Alona tricked Kithriel?
I think Alona tricked anyone she needed to.
Were the triplets part of this ruse?
There are a lot of whispers. Pern seems like he's listening.
Stop it.
So fascinating to me how little respect you have for the one being that owns all souls. That is the clearest example of free will I've ever seen.
Bifendar puts both of his hands on your shoulders, Finnegan.
It's okay. I don't
Did you
think
just
I
pat
dislike
Bifendar's
Bifendar.
hand?
It's fine. We're fine. We're chilling. I
told
don't
you
know
I-
how to feel about Bifendar.
I told you I can't save you. This is all on you.
I don't know how to feel about Bifendar.
I don't think Bifendar's the biggest threat here right now.
Listen, we're here, but we were told to ask our questions, but then it feels like I'm assuming all the little whispering is the Raven Queen telling Pern what can and can't be said, but that feels contradictory to the point of being here.
The whispers
Why are we
just
here?
represent her speaking. You can't hear the voice of the goddess. Can
That's
you?
true. No. Not that I know.
There are more whispers. She says she doesn't wish to sound condescending, but she forgives you because how could you know? He looks kind of confused and looks back at the throne for a moment. She doesn't move. He looks back to you all.
Oh.
You asked a question and it was lost in that moment.
Should I ask it again? I'm sorry. The triplets, were they part of the ruse Ilona was crafting?
We don't really know. We know that, at least at the time, Kithriel believed that Ilona loved her daughters. But after her fall, her desperation to reascend grew to, well, it persists to this day. And her daughters would have been a vehicle to get her there. Still could be, if she can find them. If she remembers them.
I mean, she had one of them locked up in Stalfus, right? It sounds like she may remember, or that's just one heck of a coincidence.
She has
I don't think that's
partial memory. We believe she understands that well, I'll speak a little more frankly. Here's something I learned. Weejas and Bokob cannot understand, comprehend, or even consider that Zot is still on this plane. The moment you became aware of it, and I tried to speak to them about it. It's a different kind of barrier, something I don't know what it is. I assume Zod had something up his sleeve he didn't share with the rest of us.
Oh, so they're even prevented from learning about him?
They cannot know that Zod still exists, which would explain
No.
why he smiled so when you told him he was in trouble. Because he knows.
I thought he was real brave for someone who had to die eventually.
Courage
Right.
is one of Zod's traits. That's true.
Great. Okay.
One challenge at a time.
If only there were only one challenge at a time. Okay.
We don't know what Alona understands beyond that she does see value in the three beings that are her daughters. And she knows that their souls are powerful and ancient and will give her what she needs to ascend. They're ideally suited to it because of her relationship with them. We don't know that she understands that per se, but it doesn't matter. If she knows they're valuable, she will pursue them.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's important to write real quick. Okay. How do we make sure Alona does not get the others? Well, I guess the one that Alona had is out now, right? That's what Sheldanoff and Vergadine were doing, right?
Yes, that's accurate. Well, there were a few paths, none of them simple. And again, some of these will be only for your ears and mine, because I have learned that there are things that the gods simply cannot know. That's why I think she holds me here, because on some level, Weejas understands that I can know things she can't, and that I wish to atone.
Okay. All right. How do we make it so they can learn about things like that or people like that, whatever?
That particular effect of Zot's magic I can't speak to. I can't see it either. Perhaps it affects me somehow, but I can know of Zot. So the magic perhaps hides itself. There are several artifacts that we created and put into the vaults. Once you find the staff and the crown, you may be able to deal with most of these things. The staff will, well, you'll see.
No, can we not get a you'll see? Can you please tell us what the staff does?
The staff will... All right, I'll tell you. But I want your words as heroes that you will stay this to the end, because there is no one else who can do this.
Oh, I mean, it seems like we're in it to win it at this point.
I don't think we'd be here if we weren't in it to win it.
The staff is difficult to wield. Zot died multiple times using the staff. He used a variant of cloning in order to continue wielding it, but even that waned on his soul as each of his vessels was destroyed.
Great.
Whichever of you holds the staff will find that you can, well, draw on the full power of the ley lines unchecked. Any spell, whether you know it or not, will be within your means of casting. There will be no limits to how many times you can do it, except for your, well, The cost is
the-
severe.
Our soul. Yeah, great. Okay.
You'll be able
Is
to use the
there-
staff to, if you wish, unmake anything we made. And by dismantling the machine with it, once you find that, that will prevent Alona from ascending for sure. There is another path, but I don't know the way to it. I'll tell you of it anyway. Shilarani was specialized in learning about the elders, understanding what they were looking for. And the elder prophecy is something that she spent much of her time trying to interpret. You are the wardens, those that they foretold. And the wardens do have a purpose: to find and repair their creations, that which we dismantled, those inevitable. If you can find them somehow and bring them back, I feel confident that they would not approve of, well, much of what's happened in their absence.
How
Yeah.
do we find them?
I don't know. But you are the wardens and you are destined to. The gods don't know where they are, but someone must.
Great. Someone. All right. Sorry, I'm writing ideas. Finn?
Sorry,
You
I
writing
am,
ideas too?
yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm lost. I'm lost in the thought.
A lot just happened. Okay.
What
All
what
right.
can we break down what just happened? Maybe
Sure, you want to have
Like
to pan the
very,
camera
like-
back and have a...
Yeah.
Sure, good.
because I'm not grasping.
It's totally okay. It's very much Finding Richard. I love that movie.
Lucky laid down on my notes so I can't flip back to the
Oh.
page where this started.
Oh,
He's just in my way now, but him's a good
Little
boy.
buddy.
Yeah. Okay. So from what I remember on the page Lucky's butt's on, Ilona wanted to wipe out everything
Yeah.
and create like a wilderness utopia. So
Yeah.
that's probably where the eyeballs beholder army came in. And the shill, in order to stop her,
hmm
almost killed her, and none of the other gods stopped them because they didn't want Alona to keep going. Is that right? They also wanted Alona stopped.
that's a
Well, why didn't
reasonable
they just
thing.
stop alone?
Why didn't they just do it?
Because if
Oh.
all the gods would have gotten together, couldn't they?
Could Ilona have? Okay, I'm going real far back to the Inevitables. I hadn't even thought of them. Since,
I don't even
like,
remember anything about the Inevitables.
Yep, they only peek in now and then in the narrative for a long time in the story.
It was a long time. My understanding of the Inevitables was basically like a law of physics. Like you can't break it even if you want to once the law is set.
Right, basically.
Okay.
They are by
So-
nature. So this is interesting. Here, let me help. They are by their very nature the most lawful of beings possible. There are rules that must be followed for reality to work. And if anything, it seems like Alona writ large rejects that entire idea. She wants just chaos. A world full of like crazed wildlife and no communication is gone. This is why it's been so funny to me every time you're all like, chaos, because it chaos. But no, this is literally the opposite of what any living society wants. Like in the reality, no matter how random we are, our ability to communicate, work together, care about each other, all of that is a form of order. It's law at its most foundational level. And Alona doesn't want that at all. In order to make that happen, kind of have to maybe not have the beings around that enforce that stuff, right? You know of several of them, like at least two, right? Was it Marut the Inevitable is the one who like held that death is sanctity of someone. Basically, death follows certain rules, and that would have prevented the shield from doing what they did. And Varakut the Inevitable is the one who makes sure that who becomes a god, who was a god, and how the gods act as agents in this world are all held fast. And so, I mean, maybe a being like that could prevent the gods from going to war, because gods at war could really fuck with reality, since they represent certain aspects of the planet that would all, like, I mean, but what if nature and, and justice went to war? What would that even mean? How would that reflect itself on the world? It'd be awful. It would serve chaos, though. Some things to think about. Have you ever seen the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still? It's super old. They made a remake with Keanu Reeves that was a little bit weird. Has anyone seen that? No.
I'm lost in the sauce right now. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Maybe it wasn't helpful for me to pipe in there.
I got lost about a minute back. Okay, but I thought the shill said they dismantled.
That is what Shilarani said. Yep.
Okay. Is it possible? Because we know the shill can mess with memories. So is it possible Alona did that? Like as like a first move. And then the shill changed everybody's memory. So they sounded like they were so powerful. They dismantled the inevitables. Aha, look at them.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But Alona's the one who did it, maybe.
I mean, it also could be the case that the shill are not a unified front either. Like, I mean, already you've seen evidence that Pern, Sulian, and Zot didn't see eye to eye in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Right. If anything, Zot sort of like is the penultimate shill, right? Like it was his empire and everything happened the way he wanted it to, and for good reasons. Right. And Pern was like, we did a lot of fucked up stuff, and yes, some good things happened, but I hate how we did things, and I just forsake all this shit. And Sulian's like, oh, my girlfriend, and just like got really fucking weird and like used power just for purely selfish reasons. Right.
Gotcha.
I mean, and those are three, while the three most powerful wizards, you've already met another really powerful wizard who wasn't in charge. Is it because she is a woman? I mean, Bastet seemed very capable, very, very smart, and also very easy to talk to. Right. That was the necromancer lady who was guarding the spaceship. Right. And so who also the one who told you that Shilarani should have been asleep. Right. Also, Shilarani, obviously a good person. Right. Who would have done good things with her power. So,
yeah.
And you've learned a lot of them were sort of misled. But like there could be either some of the shill you know or some of the shill you haven't met yet could have been in alliance with any number of the beings we're talking about. Why did the shill do these things? I mean, you're asking really good questions now. Like, did they actually do the things we think? Are they claiming responsibility? Were they the scapegoats? Because they were, I mean, in a lot of ways they did bad things. It's really easy to pile more bad things on the bad people. Maybe someone else did them.
Would the gods have done it and then piled it on the shill?
Maybe so.
Like,
and which gods?
Yeah.
You also something up is like there's been an assumption, and I've let this assumption ride a long time, that the gods were all alive during the time of the shill and in power. But I mean, how long was Bokab a god if he was a shill? How long did the empire reign? And when was Shill Bokab, who was a colleague of Zot's, apparently ascended to godhood? And how did that happen? Did they use the machine or something else? And now that we're on that topic, like how old are the other gods who are still around, and what did they think or not think about it?
I want to know who was the god of knowledge before Bokab. I need to know.
Interesting. And then you ask that question, it does kind of beg some of the things. We know there's a former goddess of nature, and there are no new gods of nature. And you just asked a really great question: who came before? Because knowledge is a thing that we had to be a concept before there was a god for it. So there probably was a god for it. What happened to that one? And well, wait, we have other gods too. Like who was the god of courage before Tempest? And what about compassion? It seems like there was an awful lack of compassion during the Chilean Empire. It was so much power and no compassion. How old is Sune? And the goddess of death is the oldest one, but was she always the goddess of death? Someone come before her? And what would the world have been like if there were different intelligent beings in power in those echelons? What is that? That is the very core of the bullshit that I've injected in this campaign. That's what this has all been coming up to. So.
My head hurts.
Yeah, I know, mine too.
Now what? I don't know.
Well, we can continue taking a little powwow. Do you want to bring Chad in and talk to Chad about it? We can actually hit the pause button. This is a very intense,
Sure.
very intense moment.
I
was gonna say I could use a quick bio break.
Let's do that. Hit the bio.
hope
I also want to talk to chat though, so
okay.
I will be. I'm
You have
gonna.
order.
I'm gonna chill for just a second.
Go
What
do
are we
self-care.
doing?
Hi,
What
Chad.
is-
I don't know.
What is
Chad has an easier
Chad.
time with this stuff because they're not also trying to be a character in the world. I've learned that when you have people who are sitting and listening quietly because it's a story or a TV show or however they are viewing it, that they can have very different views and stuff. So it can be helpful sometimes.
Yeah.
I can process
Chad
things
will.
better when I'm just taking it in, but when I'm also trying to think of, well, shit, now what do I need to do?
Yeah. It's a lot.
That was enough. I have a feeling my brain is just gone. I feel like that was enough.
Oh no.
I may be useless the rest of the night.
The final hit.
There's such a fine line. I forgot to make tea. Fuck. That's okay. I may be gone. Hello.
Is that the caffeine? Do you want to make caffeine right now? Is it too late for caffeine?
It's a little late for caffeine. If I had made it at 5:30, I could have got away with it. But I need to sleep in 3 hours.
Oh. Well, then it's
Echo,
not a
I'm
good
glad
time.
it's not just me being confused. Well, maybe not. I am confused, but at a loss, maybe. Maybe that's the word.
That's a lot. But it
There's a
also
lot.
answers a couple of questions in my mind. Like, why are these like low-level characters solving shit that God should be trying to solve right now? And the whole answer the entire time has been, well, you're the wardens. You're this special things who can open these vaults and stuff. But there's more to it. Like the fact that you can do that is just part of it. Also, the fact that the gods don't know things and can't know certain things put you all in a position where you can help them in ways that they can't help themselves.
I didn't expect there to be a block that's actively preventing learning new knowledge on certain things.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
How do they know you
Yeah.
were the wardens beforehand? The whole reason they knew anything about that, I mean, the gods know because of Pern. And by the gods, I mean Bokab and Ouijas, because the other ones kind of don't care. Like they just like they don't know there were a Shill Empire. They're just like doing their jobs as deities. And it's been 2,000 years. A lot's happened. And so, like, you know, Tempest has his own thing going on, and you know, goddesses of nature got their own things going on.
Great.
In order to remove the block, you'll need the staff and the crown. Those are the circlet. Those two things will do that.
I'm so scared of the staff now.
Everyone's been scared of the staff. Yeah, that's
I got it.
the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's working. Echo, I should make a small cup, but I will be awake forever. I slept so good last night. Yeah, because I think Finn looked at Nightscale's block and it was immovable. It was so massive.
Right. Essentially, like
Also,
he was.
also, I worry about Finn's brain messing with a god.
Yeah.
I think Esmery's block was so comparatively small, like brushing aside a curtain versus trying to dig through a 4-foot wall.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, we saw Night Skull's block back on, oh my God, episode 20 something, right? It was before
No,
or after
it was after Ashdale got back because
Oh,
he
okay.
got the ability to look at the block in the Jinmora
Right.
encounter,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I mean, it was when he fixed Esmeralda's, so it was like after the Dwarf Temple. You're right. So it was the end of effectively the end of the reaches.
Yes. Lucky, do you want to snuggle? Because it's cute, or you can leave. You can't just stand in front of me.
Oh,
Your butt smells weird. You want to snuggle? Oh. But he did look at Nightscale's block. He got in Nightscale's brain for a minute.
he did. Didn't poke around, just looked and found the barrier because it was the thing he was looking for.
Very respectful.
Yeah. And Echo's right. Different members of the Shill had different goals and different stories.
Yeah. Hello.
You know what? I went and got a Pop-Tart.
Oh, gosh.
Mm.
What kind of Pop-Tart?
I probably will catch shit for this. It's unfrosted blueberry.
Oh, guest star.
I've gotten so much every like literally wife and then roommates. I've gotten like every time I've gotten a Pop-Tart, they're like unfrosted. I'm like, listen,
I'm not-
sometimes it's really good.
I'm not judging, but I am questioning.
It's way better. It's specifically like not all the flavors do it, but it's like if you're not in the mood for something like stupidly sweet, it hits that like pastry level that's not as like artificial, like sweet, like icing.
Mm. I don't think I've ever been like, I would like a pastry Pop-Tart. I'm like, a Pop-Tart's always what I get when I'm like, I want something that like is almost too sweet.
Candy breakfast.
Here I go.
Yeah, candy breakfast.
Candy breakfast, you're good.
Yeah.
I do also have wild berry because those are the best. And then we also found banana pudding Pop-Tarts.
I'm suspicious about that. I don't know about that.
It tastes like straight cinnamon. It's just pure cinnamon.
That's disappointing.
A little bit, yeah. It could be a little bit more blueberry. Or not blueberry, banana. Sorry, the banana pudding could be more blueberry. It could. You would think it sounds good, and it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, I love cinnamon, but like it's just cinnamon. You would expect more from it.
I would be mad if it didn't taste like my mom's banana pudding. So
Yeah.
I would just not get it. I'd be like, it can't compare.
Yeah.
Nope.
Banana pudding is so good.
It is. Especially when it's just warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fresh banana pudding.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now I want banana pudding.
I haven't had that in a while.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. a necessary pause button.
What was chat saying?
Echo said he also doesn't know what he would ask in this scenario.
Should I ask? I'm gonna ask chat. Should I ask the Raven Queen if I can look and see if she has a block?
I worry about your brain. We did talk about that while you were gone. I'm so scared for your brain. Please don't get blasted. You're talking about a god.
I'm so worried too. But if they don't know, like if they can't learn about Zod, right? Like that was what I picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it benefit her if I could see a block and then take it away so she can learn about Zod? Or is that I'll still get blasted? Like realistically.
I mean, if I'm thinking about it, my thinking is even if she's like, yes, please, that would be wonderful. Please do that for me. You're a housefly in a hurricane. Compared from Finnegan to a god. That's my only thinking.
That is true.
And I'm scared. She may not do it on purpose, but it's a god.
I was gonna say, will the flavor blasting happen not on purpose? Like, is it just like if I go meddling, then whether she wants to do it or not, it'll just happen.
I don't know.
But I can.
I want to remind everyone at home that this campaign was designed to challenge second and third edition
Would
veterans
they
of
do
the
this?
game.
How about that's the question I want to start asking? Would they do this?
What would the 2 and 3E veterans do?
So essentially, the thing that they'd already been talking about even before this kind of stuff started happening with them is actually you've all played Hades, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a good example
Well,
when you're basically when Zag's getting discouraged, and because his dad Hades is like slapping him away, and you can't quite break through to see your mommy or whatever. Like he's talking to Achilles about how discouraged he is, and Achilles says, "I get it. Look, your dad is a god, but he is just a god." Right. Which sort of recontextualizes like the fact that, Zag is also like he's a god / demigod, but he's motivated and he's got friends and he's like, he's learning and training, and Hades just counts on the fact he's a god, which is a lot of power, but that's how you can beat the game. And so this is a very similar thing happening here where you went into Nightscale's mind and she's 10,000 years old, and some of the gods are younger than 2,000 years potentially. So,
so I'm gonna hold
Like,
on a minute.
I
That
mean,
puts that into perspective.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They would have immediately said, wait, you went into Nightscale's brain, and she's 10,000 years old. She could be a god if she wanted to be. She just doesn't really care to.
Does she choose to be a dragon? Question. She's a dragon.
She's a dragon.
I think I'm okay. I
But
can't remember.
like, where
at
did the
all.
gods come from? You're looking at Bokob, and you know that he was a dude before, and he catapulted up from being a wizard to be the god of knowledge.
Mhm.
There's still a lot of questions around how that can work and what it means, but
he went above Zot. Like
not according to Zot. Zot doesn't believe the gods are above him at all.
but I mean, like he was technically like Zot was top shill and he was a shill, so he was like
Yeah, how'd that happen?
under Zot at some
We
point.
don't know. Yeah, he effectively was not a leader, as far as you know, in the Chilean Empire. He wasn't one of the
Was
most powerful
Zot
ones.
offered
But
and turned it down?
I mean,
like how does that happen?
how does that happen?
Oh,
It's not all pure ranking, and certainly not
I
always
mean,
merit.
Didn't. Wow, please. Malaki. Sure. Nope, that's not. Nope. Whatever. The three
Sune?
the
Oh, wait.
three nature goddesses or gods, one of which we don't know.
Mhm.
They came to be after the shill cast the final spell, right? Like there was a void and they filled it.
Right.
No, wait, wait, no. The shill raised.
Right. They catapulted
Whoever the
Maleki up.
one-
That was an emergency. And he needed a god of nature, and there was none. And the world started dying.
Okay, Malaki is the one that's in the south. Okay. And then there was still a gap to fill. And the other two came about after it, right?
It's a gap to fill in more that they muscled in. Like, I mean,
Oh.
yeah, on some levels, I'm certain there are DMs that see wasteland and desert as still technically some kind of nature gods in charge, but I don't. If there's no vibrant life, then it's basically outside of the reach of the god, and you wouldn't want to live there. And so there's always, so I guess gap is maybe actually the word you could use after all. You get more people of extreme power levels tending to the planet, making things pretty and vibrant and lively. More gods of nature seems like a good thing.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So it's not necessary that someone raises someone else to godhood. They can raise themselves.
Yeah, I mean, before the show, gods were raising up. I mean, this is also something the second edition vets were very familiar with. But like to become a god in terms of Dungeons and Dragons, you essentially level the fuck up, and people believe in you. Basically, like you become you're just like so powerful and so influential, and it's not just that you're a king or a leader or a whatever, like, but you can ascend yourself, climb Olympus, challenge the god that's there, perhaps become the new one, or pick a portfolio for yourself. basically represent something that's not represented. Because not every concept is some like fundamental thing of like the planet, right? Like courage is not. Courage is a, well, I mean, I guess you could say there are animals with courage, sure, but like really it's a human concept. It's like, confronting your fear and not letting it drive your behavior, but pushing through. And so that kind of a thing maybe can't exist until intelligent life exists. There are a lot of other concepts. People change their minds about things that are important, and gods rise up to take those slots, essentially. So you don't have to get shot there by some, if anything, like the shill method of doing it is cheating.
Okay, so, but it could be possible that Shil Bokab just did it. It didn't like he didn't have to even bother with anyone else. He could have just been like, you know what?
Yep.
Hold my beer.
It could have been exactly like that. Yep.
Okay. All right. I have cat.
But I'm assuming Zot would hate that. Does Zot not want to become a god? He like despises. But he thinks he
Yeah.
should be powerful. He's a god, no one else. Is that the
His opinions effectively were that, like, so in terms of literal godhood, his opinion of gods is that they're in positions of extreme power and they should do a lot more to help people.
okay?
Right.
Yeah.
And whether or not he had the opportunity to become one and rejected it, you don't know. I mean, it would be a reasonable guess that if he had the opportunity, he would have ascended to do more as a god, like put his money where his mouth is. But
Yeah.
maybe he was able to do more without being constrained by some rule set. Like if he rose up and became the god of what? Being assholes, the god of death or whatever. Like he wouldn't therefore also be able to help nature and knowledge and courage or whatever, and compassion, anything else. Like he would have been locked into one portfolio, although he'd struggle against the gods. But as a non-god, can basically champion all that stuff if he wishes. He has more freedom of
Gotcha.
choice in a way.
Put his finger in so many pies.
Right.
That asshole.
And yeah, the other question you asked, you don't really know his opinions on Shil Bokab were terse, and he really just shared them to get a one up on Ranmar because he doesn't like clerics, right? He's just being like, oh, I know a thing you don't. Yeah. Right. That's literally what it was.
Such a jerk. Yeah. He
But
was
like, how, like, what did he really think of his colleague doing that? Like, it sounded like even though his colleague became a god, he didn't really respect the promotion, didn't see it as actually a good thing because his respect for the gods is so low. So,
Yeah, didn't he say something like, oh, well, I don't even remember it now. I opened my mouth and I don't actually remember it. Never mind. But he didn't seem thrilled about it at any rate.
right.
Mm,
Great. Okay.
okay.
So buckle up, Finn. Have fun.
Cool.
Would I get smote if I cast Bless on Finn if he's about to do something very silly?
I'm just a little guy.
Just a little
Just a little
guy.
guy.
It's okay. I have one.
Why would
I haven't
you
died yet.
not be allowed to put the blessings of Bokab on someone in the presence of the god that lets you do it?
I don't know. I feel like so many rules have changed. I don't know. But I would love to cast Bless on Finn, Esme, and I guess me.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. So much blessing.
Which god's blessing do you bestow?
Look at them
Okay.
both. Just like dart
Okay.
back and forth between both of them right now. Just like,
Oh.
does anybody offer?
Don't think about which one you'll make mad. Think about which one makes the most sense.
Well, okay, but I feel like they both make sense, right? Because Finn's trying to allow knowledge to happen.
Yep.
Can you cast both?
But also wipe away secrets. I don't know. Is that
Yeah.
what part of
Both
secrets
are justifiable. Yeah.
They sure are. Shit.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Right. Okay.
Can you cast
Do
both?
you want me to roll a d20, and if it's above a number, do you want to leave this to a coin toss?
Oh, should we coin toss it? No. I must be decisive.
You must be.
I must be.
Do you think the
Okay. All
secrets
right.
should be surface, or do you think secrets should be secrets?
Surfaced. So macabre, right?
Oh,
Oh,
makes sense
I'm
to
gonna
me.
die. I'm gonna die.
Wait, what is
Oh,
that?
shit.
What does bless mean?
If you have to make a saving throw, you get to add a D4 to it.
Ooh.
In this room, you add a d6.
Just kidding. You get to add a D6.
Wait, that makes it scarier. 'Cause
I
that means
know.
the saving throws are higher.
I know, right?
Well, I'm just gonna get it out just for in cases. Give me the die. I never found my pokey dice, by the way.
Uh-oh. Let's hope it's
gone.
far underneath furniture that will never be
I
moved.
truly hope
It's actually
so.
buried a half inch in one of your shoes, and you just haven't found it yet.
Oh.
So it's giant.
May has batted
soles.
it somewhere perfectly for me to step on. What am I rolling for?
Well, first you're going to ask if you can do it, right?
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, I forgot we were still. Are we still on chat? Are we talking to chat?
Well, we
still?
were, but chat, I'm going to bring them back into the scary room. But thank you very much for this uncustomary support session. They really needed you, chat, and we love you.
We love
we
you,
did,
Chad.
yeah.
Miss
Thank
you.
you.
We miss you, chat.
I
We'll be
might
back
see
in a
you on
little
the
while.
other side. I don't know.
We'll invite
Finn's
chat to the
gonna
party. We're
die.
fine.
But in the meantime, Cat,
Hello, cat.
Oh, he's seeping.
The kibby.
he's sleeping so good. He's using his tail as a little face warmer.
Oh,
It was so fucking
Where's mine?
cute.
oh, she's
It
on top of
is.
like 3 blankets right now.
Well, what say you, Finnegan? Says the narrator.
Who am I asking to check? I'm asking the Raven Queen to check a block for, so she can learn about. Is checking a block for Zot the same as checking a block for what she knows? Just a block.
She cannot know that Zot is a thing at all.
She cannot.
So if
as
you
in
say,
she-
hey, can I check if there's a block in there from Zot? She won't hear you, won't know you said a thing. It'll be as if you didn't speak. But if you
If you
ask to
don't
check
mention Zod,
don't mention Zot.
Okay. So just
Okay.
a block, yeah. Then I'll ask her about checking for a block in her. I know I've been real sassy up to this point, but this is a real chance for bonding here.
You hear a chorus of whispers converge in your mind. And they say, so be, so be, so be, so be. She
Scared
rises
to
from her throne. Pern looks a little surprised. She strides down the dais. There's a raven riding on her shoulder, staring at you. You can't, if you look into the hood, it's sort of like you can and can't look there. You don't understand it. You fear it. You admire it. You're so curious. You don't want to know what her face looks like. You wish you knew what her face looks like. The raven's eyes are blood red, staring at you, craning its, twisting its head back and forth as it gets close to you. She kneels down on the floor and offers you her hand. Her hand is
Aw.
a ghastly white, almost porcelain color.
oh, I love her.
I take it. No, yeah, I love her all of a sudden. I'm sorry. She's not. Disregard all of my sass.
I don't know where the line is, chat. It just changes so fast. Okay.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
You take the Raven Queen's hand. You want to give me your psychic check? This would be an incredible time to fail this roll, by the way.
Stop it.
No
Stop it.
pressure.
Stop it.
It's okay. You have bless.
Oh, I do.
You do
That's
have a
true.
bless, yeah.
But it's not a saving throw, right? The psychic check isn't a saving
gonna-
throw, is
It's
it?
not.
Shake, get this out loud.
I don't know. Is it? Ladies?
Wait, what
Is what?
Is this a saving throw? Can
No,
we
it's a
add the
psychic check.
D6?
What do
Okay.
I add to my
It's
rolls?
basically add your perception check. It's the same math.
Okay.
You're not perception, sorry, your persuade. It's not a persuade, but it's kind of a persuade.
I got a 29. Wait, 18 plus 11. I
Holy shit!
I rolled an 18.
Yes, Finn.
Let's
I
fucking
almost
go.
peed myself when I saw the dice. I tried so hard.
You are whipped into someplace else. It's like you're in a giant pavilion of small hexagonal mirrors on every surface. The dome is all mirrors within. It's sort of like the inside of a beehive made out of mirrors. It's very disorienting at first. You see so many of yourself, so many Raven Queens, except the one that you were standing next to is not there. You hear whispers. You can't really make sense of them. And then you're standing somewhere on a field, a grassy plain. The moon is up. There's a young girl looking really scared, rocking back and forth. She's got a very small brown cloak on, red freckles, blue eyes. She's cute, round, very scared. She's saying, "It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right." A red-dressed man, red cape, hood, simple clothing otherwise, kind face, kneels down. His eyes are infinite, mirrored and strange. He says, "My time as the god of death is now over. I thank you for taking up the mantle." And the girl, like, her eyes go white and she starts bleeding shadow from her eyes and ears. And you're whipped somehow through time to what you think is performance issues detected by guest star, which I'm just going to
Guest
click out of
star.
that. Right now, guest star of all times.
You're whipped to a place by performance issues.
Yeah. Performance issues has whipped us.
It's not that kind of stream. God. You are at least you didn't crash into my skull this time. You are whipped forward in time to. Wow, chat is really at attention now. They're like, "Oh my god!" Of all things,
That's so funny.
it's sort of like, imagine a tornado made out of television static and VCR interference.
Ooh.
Swirling all around you. It's hard to see, but you can see some things. You see wizards. You see something you know is wrong. You look down at your hands. They're porcelain white, and you're wearing a black cloak. Ravens are resting on your shoulders. You're still Finnegan height, though, but you're not entirely Finnegan. You'll realize you are both yourself and someone else in this memory, fighting through something, trying to remember a thing you know you need to know. You made an agreement, and you knew it was the right choice, because if you didn't make it, everything beautiful would be gone. And you know deep down, there's something. It's impolite, but you've never been polite. You've been logical, rational. You do what you have to do. And you know that while that's effective, you're wrong. There's something wrong in you. And it was a power, an ability you used to make sure that everything ran smoothly. But now you can see there's an error. What's wrong? You can't make it better. But maybe she can. And you see in the static storm two things. In the background, a massive, oddly shaped, hard to understand barrier. The one, it looks a lot like the one in Nightscale's mind, but it's much more sinister, much more twisty. It's covering more terrain somehow. Vaster, more dimensional. But in front of that is something very clear. It's your friend Rachel. You were whipped back into the room with your friends. You're still holding the Raven Queen's hand.
I am so sorry.
She
I'll say that. I say that to her.
she puts a hand on your cheek briefly. Her hands are very cold. She stands up. She walks over to you, Ranmar.
Oh.
She runs a finger along the sigils on your armor, the insignias, or basically the depictions of her and Bokob holding one another's hands.
Oh.
Oh, marry them. Cast ceremony.
Ceremony.
Not now. It may not be the time.
It's never the right time.
Ranmar, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was a gift, even though she knows probably. I'll just say it.
May I give you a gift?
I would be honored. Oh God.
She gently. I'm so sorry, Ranmar. Murdo, I'm sorry.
Fuck!
She
I'm gonna die.
gently takes your face in her ice cold hands, and her unseeable face draws nearer to you, and she kisses your forehead. You feel the icy touch of her lips on your skin and in your mind. Ranmar,
Why do I have brain kisses?
going
What?
forward, when you bestow the blessings of simultaneously Bokob and Weejas. And the way that works is that when they would roll a d4, instead they roll 2 d6s and take the best of the two.
That's
Holy
so cool.
shit!
Ooh,
You're powerful.
that's really nice.
Holy shit!
I support you. Red.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wow.
She walks back towards the dais.
That was so cool.
Bifendar materializes beside you. Remember?
Yes, you are correct. Yes. Oh, what do I do? Oh, God. Oh, Lucky. Oh, goodbye. Oh, that was very cool. And I'm so excited and grateful. Oh my God. Lucky.
Lucky's like, I also give you a gift.
Lucky,
It's my
good
butt.
move. Thank you. He's very
like my butt
buddy
now.
today.
At this point, the party can just wake up in their beds, but I don't want to unceremoniously rip you out of this if you're like, oh my God, I had another question. God damn it. So I'm not going to pull you out.
Let me flip back. Lucky's off my notes and out of my
I would like to
arms.
happily apologize for my sass to the Raven Queen.
It's cute.
Okay.
I didn't mean to flirt.
She I feel incredible compassion and sadness for her right now, considering what I've just saw.
She sits back on the dais. Or on her throne, rather. Bokob.
Amazing.
Oh, I love him too. I have so many questions. He's sleeping.
Ask if you
Okay.
can wake him up.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm scared and I feel like we've
Would you like me to ask?
No. We should end on a good note. I'm so scared.
We can end on a good note if we ask him to answer questions as well.
Well, most of my questions are not as critical to things, I guess. I need
Okay.
to know. I need other things. It's
Less
fine.
critical questions can feel refreshing to ask because it fills in small gaps and they don't capsize your brain, you know?
Yeah, well,
I guess they might. But.
I feel like I've kind of been capsized. I haven't even gotten to write down my cool new thing yet. I don't want to. I may
Can
regret that tomorrow, but I don't want to.
Maybe there will be other opportunities.
I think that's reasonable,
Maybe.
says the narrator.
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably.
She's a pretty busy lady, but I can get you an appointment. Don't you
I want to ask about compassion. I want to know where that, like, I don't even know what I really want to ask. I just like want to know her thoughts on it.
The whispers
Just her
happening
pure
in.
thoughts. No
Pern,
judgment, just pure thoughts.
Pern says, "It is my understanding that it's literally beyond her. It's just not a thing that she can feel, which was a strength that she brought to the role, or so she believed."
But then I go back around to my whole thing of death is sometimes the greatest compassion. Like there's no way they're in like completely separate.
She had heard you say that, and she appreciates that view. She feels it is very respectful, but it is unfortunately not a matter of interpretation. She literally cannot feel compassion.
By choice or by force?
By nature of who she was before.
Hmm?
It is
So
served.
she's never felt compassion?
Pern shakes his head. And it's my understanding that no.
But why doesn't she let other people who can feel it lead with it sometimes?
He looks a little sad and then smiles. And he says, "I know it can be frustrating, but please remember that part of how she operates is by setting down rules so that she can see them broken to know that free will has been leveraged."
What?
The narrator reminds you
What?
all that he started breaking rules and explained that. And that's also like, basically she says, you can't do these. Her followers can't do certain things. And Ashtel breaks them routinely, right? The whole point is that if there are rules and you're breaking them, that means you have free will and you're exercising it. And that is something that she thinks is important.
So Yvonne can have compassion in things because breaking it is
Yabanan is tremendously compassionate. It drives almost all of his behavior.
I think. Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, the narrator would just have to step in and say you're kind of on there, but it's not that he's not allowed to be compassionate. He is very compassionate. That's why Rydia loves him. He spends a lot of his time and energy working for a boss and worshiping a goddess who, in her estimation, is crappy. And she thinks that Rija should not be the goddess of death or anything. And certainly she ain't going to date no man that disagrees with that fundamental religious difference. But she's sad about it because he is great. And I think there's some regret that she's like, she can't compromise on that because she thinks compassion is very important. And in reality, death is a part of her portfolio to a small degree because her creatures, big and small, when they die, don't go to Weejas, they go to her. Right. And so she understands that compassion can, in fact, be important for those things. So she doesn't know why Weejas doesn't get it. Disagreement among the gods.
Gotcha. But Weejas It's not that we just doesn't get it. We just can't get it.
That is what you've now come to hear.
Gotcha. So it's not really. She's not not wanting to be compassionate. She just can't.
If anything, when you were in her memories, you got the distinct impression that she did want to be compassionate and she just literally can't do
Yeah.
it. It's something that her mind does not do.
While did I think that she could do compassion? Because she had a lot of like emotion feeling and stuff. When I'm assuming that little girl in the flashback was her, was becoming goddess of death the thing that took it,
You
or
didn't actually know much about the young woman who took the mantle from whoever that dude was.
oh, I guess I kind of assumed it was her.
Yeah, it is her. She took it.
Oh.
But like, we didn't know anything about that young woman, right? I think there's sort of assumptions that
True.
like everyone in the game is a full-on perfect person, and if they're not, they're choosing to not be. And I think in fiction that's kind of a safe thing to assume, but not in Hollice, not necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, I think we all have met people in our lives who are very good people and helpful, who to some degrees experience the world, the emotions, feelings very differently than we do.
Yeah.
And that is kind of she's just happens to be in a position of tremendous influence and has this one
Okay.
limitation that she does see as a limitation,
Okay.
which is something that's clear to Finnegan now. It wasn't before. Whereas before you thought, well, she's
Yeah.
obviously just choosing to not do this and this is awful because it's a good idea. But
Yeah.
now you're like, oh, she can't do it. And she gets that that's a problem. She actually agrees with Finnegan.
Okay. That makes me. I think that's why. That's why I so quickly flip flopped on my feelings with her. Okay.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay.
Everybody has baggage.
Yeah.
Everybody in
Damn.
Hollice has baggage. That's right.
Every single person,
I mean, it wouldn't be fun
or
if
deity, or
every
thing.
being, yeah. I've done my best to humanize all of the gods you've met. I think that's the point is like, no one's got it all together, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like we can only make things work if we work together. And the people who are the best at that are the players.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I don't think I have any more questions. I think that was my biggest one.
I think that's all I had.
You ready to go back?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like the best thing I can do to help you is let someone else take you home. But don't worry, I'll come and help you more later.
You are so helpful, and I appreciate you, Bifendar.
Wait till you see what I did now.
Oh dear.
Bifendar points at the door behind you.
Oh.
Let's go.
Should we go to it? Yeah, I'll just.
We
I'll
can say a
go.
bye. Do we say bye? Do we say bye to gods?
No, I don't know. What's the protocol here? I don't know.
You have to
Thank
make it up.
you.
Okay, bye.
Oh God. Okay. Thank you. Oh.
Farewell,
We
princess.
will be back.
Good luck, heroes.
We're gonna need it.
Don't we always?
Yeah.
Okay.
bet.
Ramar, you open the door.
Yeah.
There is a familiar, larger than normal dwarf standing there.
Oh, hey,
Is it actually you?
yeah,
Is-
it's actually me. Hi, sorry, it's some things have happened, but look at you getting an audience with both bosses. Okay, I mean, my boss is he's good, but
I,
he needs
He's sleepy.
his snaps. Yeah,
naps are good. It's so good to see you that you're safe. I mean, I knew
Yeah.
you would be, but I was scared all the same.
Oh, I
That's
was in-
normal for me.
I was in deep shit, but yeah, I'm fine now.
Great.
Don't worry about it. Bring it in, Ranmar.
I would like a hug.
Is anyone? He'll bring the whole party in for hugs if you all want.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
I would like one.
Oh, Esmeralda, you've been through a lot recently. Don't worry, it's gonna be all right.
thanks.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, this ain't augury. Let's get you back home.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Let's go.
You all
Augury.
wake up in your beds the following morning.
Wow. that was an eventful night.
Are we
I-
like actually rested?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good. I can.
I was gonna say, I feel like we shouldn't be.
Right?
Well, I mean, when you're in a different plane, shit's weird, right?
It's true.
When you're holding hands with a god, shit's weird. Oh,
Holding hands
no.
with a god. Anything could happen.
Oh,
Somebody quote that.
okay.
It's like 2 back-to-back episodes. Finnegan trying to get down with the deity. What can you do?
Listen.
He is a bard.
I mean,
You're barding too hard.
To be fair,
Bard got a bard.
to be fair, both deities were quite attractive. I mean, you can't really see the Raven Queen's face, but sometimes it's all in the demeanor.
Smoky Black robe. Listen.
They're
She
covered in
kissed
ravens.
my brain.
She did kiss your
Yeah,
brain.
look. Ranmar knows what's up to.
She taught you a secret, apparently. Look at you.
I don't know how to deal with this, but I'm so excited to cast the spell.
I mean, I made a roll to find out what she thinks of Ranmar. So
Oh God.
No, why? God. Okay, great.
Well, I mean, she did give you a kiss.
Okay,
That is
but
true.
it could have been a different kind, and
It could have
now
been a different kind.
it's-
But maybe she didn't
could've been
have
a
to
different
give you a
kind, yeah.
kiss to grant you that power, and she chose to anyways.
Oh God, why are you rolling?
That's what I'm thinking.
just nothing.
a
Did
good
sh-
one.
Did
Something-
chat ask you to roll about someone else? Is that what's happening right
I
now?
can neither confirm nor deny. I don't have any.
God's sake.
Have we rolled
Chat.
for?
Oh my god, I don't have any information on that.
God damn it!
It's just interesting. They think of people I didn't think of. I should just go through the document and roll one at a time. Just be
Oh
like,
my God.
just get it over with.
Just check. You should put a
No.
side note to the characters of whether or not they're for Ranmar.
Just a whole new
Just a
column.
Whole new, yeah, add an entire column to the document. It's like it's Google
check.
Docs, so I'll put little notes on the side, just like
Yeah.
little post-its.
Chat,
Crushing or not
y'all
crushing?
are irredeemable.
I mean, I want you all chat to know that not only do I roll, it's not a binary roll. It's not yes or no. It is there's a degree from like no to they get it, but it's not what they want to. Oh yeah, actually, I mean, may as well take a shot. To oh yeah, like yep, all right, and then if I roll a 20, it's trouble.
Or was it
Stop! Stop! Everything is trouble. Can we? Why?
Is the Well, okay, I feel safe. The chat just asked me to roll for the mushroom monster. I feel safe rolling for the mushroom monster because the mushroom monster is long dead.
Why? What?
This is a wasted
fuck's sake.
roll.
Nat
A
20.
wasted roll.
Nat 20.
That is a 2. The mushroom monster was just not into Ranmar.
Good. Good.
That's fair.
Everybody should
Just
roll
have
a
to say,
2 or lower.
I feel like it is relatively unfair that like 20s work against Ranmar here when
Yeah.
like 1s worked against Ranmar for so long too. Like
Right.
can Ranmar, it can like a nat 20 should mean like everything's just fine.
Yeah,
when
fair
it
enough.
comes to
So
that.
if I roll a 20, they're hot for Esmeralda.
No.
Thank you for taking that hit for Ranmar. That's so kind of you,
God
Reggie.
damn it.
You really helped.
We're all a team.
Somehow, I don't
No.
think this was the intended outcome
The
that
teamwork
Esme
here
wanted.
knows no bounds.
Y'all ready to see Esmeralda get even more awkward?
Oh no.
Do you think Ranmar's not awkward? So apparently, there's a muffin man somewhere. Bifindar's singing about who has the hots for Ranmar. How am I supposed to go with that?
Well, I mean, I want chat to know that their involvement matters.
Chat, maybe what if you didn't on this matter? What if you didn't
What if
get
you tried?
involved?
I mean, did you
Not
all
you.
like the song? Did you like the song, the Bifendar song?
I did.
Thank you.
It was creepy.
I was so uncomfortable, but I appreciated the effort that Bifendar was going to.
Bifindar's doing their best.
I can appreciate that. But
I
also,
appreciate
stop it.
Bifindar's best. Give him a good old stop it.
Stop
Ah.
it.
So at this point, we have 30 minutes left. So you tie up odds and ends in town if you want to, or we can just chill out. But the very next episode is going to be the party episode at this point because like
Ooh.
it was going
Did
to be
we wake
tonight,
up
but
from
the
that
episode
night to the
happened
party?
a lot more. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So much happened.
so much happened.
I would like to. I don't know if we actually said. I know we talked about it, but then we got distracted talking about different spells and stuff. I want to make sure that we clean up the silver dust that's in.
Oh yeah, you consider that all done. That's fine. If you didn't do it before you
Okay.
left, Zermos would have cleaned it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
He's that
Oh,
good.
poor
Should we
Zermos.
should we see if there's anything that we can do to help in preparation for the party?
you could do that.
Okay.
You are aware that as of tomorrow, or the next day, sorry, in 2 days, Ashdale and Tag are full time cranking out muffins. So that's like part of the prep. She's very excited to just
Is
go.
that the Muffin Man? It's Ashdale.
Oh,
Is
it's come all full
Ashdale the
circle.
Muffin Man? Oh God.
Ashdale could be the Muffin Man. I do know, going back and watching chat, both, and Echo's talked about it on his stream. Echo and Beardless have talked about, they're very nervous that we didn't tell the other Elven delegation that one of them
Oh,
is
God.
making things. Do we need to be worried about that? Should we go talk to them?
That's adorable. So
I don't know, but they're
no,
very
I think
worried.
I think it's cute. So how do I even address this? So let's all talk to chat. So here's the deal. Hi chat. So here's the deal
Oh,
with the
Chat.
elves.
Hi.
Remember that each elvish delegation has an overarching goal, which is to ingratiate themselves with the Hollicians, right? They want to be a part of, they want to feel, it's not just that they're there and formal representatives of their massively powerful countries. They are that. But they also want to be just one of the gang. Like they want to integrate in the community so that people see them as approachable and like them.
Aw.
Because if they just seem like these, like, standoffish alien strangers, then they're not going to have the camaraderie they need when they want to ask for something or stake out an agreement. Like they don't operate like normal nations do. And so they also have their own spy networks and have information on each other and don't want the other one to show them up. So they're both going to show up with goodies, which they're probably going to create with magic anyway. So like, it's not like, even if Mario showed up completely unprepared, you'd be like, oh yeah, whatever. Here's like, I'll summon like creatures from the Feywild to sing and not hypnotize you. And also here's delicious food. So yeah, they'll bring stuff.
Okay. I feel like there's such a level of politics in this game that I'm not capable of comprehending.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the politics. That's just something I enjoy. And I mean, if you
I'm
want to
like-
dig in, you can. It's all there. If you want to get into the Game
I
of Thrones
don't
of it.
even I don't have the social skills to have realized there was a problem until Echo was like, I'm so scared about this. And I was like, what?
Echo is worried about the politics. Yeah. I mean, don't worry. Like there was an enemy of Hollice, so to speak, but now Caden might not exist anymore. Finnegan knows. So like,
Oh,
that's good.
that's true. That's very
Do
true.
we know we don't know. Finn knows that the king is actually dead.
Yes.
Do we know
So
if-
Finn knows that Darren believes that Milavir assassinated the king of Caden. That is what Finnegan knows.
Yes.
So whether
we
he
don't
is
know that.
actually dead.
Right.
Because Darren was also
There's a lot of ways to fake a
very
death.
drunk. Too, right?
Darren was drunk and he's paranoid.
Yeah.
He's a wizard and he's a smart guy. And he doesn't have any trust for the Caden government. But you also know Milavir pretty well. And I think if you're thinking either she didn't do it or she had a fucking good reason, the narrator would agree that maybe, I mean, Milavir is not she's a loose cannon, but when the cards are down, she does what she thinks is right.
Yeah.
Let's hope to sow
I-
doubt. Oh no, maybe she's actually she's a secret assassin and she wants to get the bag.
I wouldn't doubt she's an assassin.
I mean, professionally, it's literally
feel
her
like-
job, but
I was about to say that's literally what she is, right?
that's her job. Yeah, yeah. She is is that Shadow Assassin? I think is the third edition
That's so cool.
class. That's why she can like jump into shadows and
Love that.
do some other things.
That's so
Kitty
cool.
cat bath time. Look at the baby on the top of the tree. I see pink toe beans.
The-
Pink
They're
toes.
so cute.
Keep an eye on her. She might fall out of that. She sometimes when she's doing that will just fall right out and then act cool like she didn't actually fall the fuck out of it.
Oh, rude.
Who just hit who?
Oh, Palom whacked her because she was
Palom.
shaking the tree, cleaning herself, and he's like, "I'm trying to chill here. Get the
Aw.
fuck out of the tree."
Now he's cleaning himself. He just wanted solo
My-
bath time.
Wow.
Rude.
Rude butt.
Dodoto asks, we know how big Ramar is. How big is Nightscale's mouth?
Oh my
Asking for
God.
snack reasons.
In
Fucking
dragon
why?
form or in
Why?
what form?
Yeah, I lost. Palam's using the other hammock.
Are we? Did we open chat?
Yeah,
Did
we're
we
going
say
to open
hello?
chat. It's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Hi, chat.
Tonight
I'm
could be
sorry.
it's an
I hadn't
uncustomary
quite-
night. You spoke to a god and a half in a way. So
My brain's pretty gone. I'm afraid to
Yeah.
admit.
My brain's a little
Sorry.
mushy.
no, it's
yeah.
fine.
A good mush, but a mush nonetheless.
It's a good mush, but there's a lot to absorb. I could probably listen to this episode 5 times and still catch other things that I missed,
Yeah.
and I'll be mad at it and catch it in the moment.
We learned some big things.
We did. Beardless.
I'm now on full Raven Queen, Rydia, and Yabandon energy mode.
Forget about all that other stuff.
I mean, it's
Matchmaking.
kind of a lot of other stuff. Oh, yeah, the matchmaking. I mean, you want to make the Raven Queen with somebody?
No, but Cobb.
I mean, yeah,
Right?
she's got a nice thing going on with him, it seems like.
Oh, I like him.
He's sleeping.
Like
Maybe he's tired. Maybe he's been a god too long. Who knows?
Aw.
Hmm.
I didn't realize God needed. I didn't
I
also
know,
didn't realize God needed sleep.
I'm nervous that he was asleep. I'm nervous. That doesn't seem right. I don't know why, but that doesn't seem right.
No, it feels like it feels like he either, I don't know if you're on the same brain wave, but like either he would be awake and talking to you if something needed to be handled, or everything already gone to shit and he's just like, I'm gonna sleep it. Like it doesn't give
I was more
reassuring
thinking
energy.
like the same way that Bifendar made it so that Ashdale couldn't wake up. Maybe
I thought that too.
a reason
right?
that,
Like,
like-
is she keeping him asleep? Because all of a sudden, my auguries started being answered by a Weejoss planetar instead of a Bacab planetar. And I started thinking, because I think we made the joke, like, are they in the same room? And she just grabbed the phone and answered it before Bacab could.
Yeah.
Maybe he's forced to be asleep. I don't fucking know how this works, and
didn't
I'm
she-
scared.
Didn't she just give you the power to be able to do both?
Yeah, but
She
Like, you
did.
can call on
Ranmar
both?
already had the power to bless
I
from
would-
Bacab, right?
And I cast bless from Bacab. So like the magic was still working.
So what if they
Gotcha.
are like
Mhm.
not actually like working together? maybe she does not want Bacab to know that that she's been talking with you.
But
Oh.
it's been a long night. Stand by. Fuck.
No.
What's his name? God damn it. He just got back to the planetar.
Vergadine.
Vergadine.
Thank you. Vergadine came back and was very chill about it. So that didn't
Yeah.
seem out of place.
Yeah, you could ask
He
him
made a
about.
comment on it.
You could ask him about Bocab and stuff. You got time for that stuff.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I'm so ashamed I forgot Vergadine's name for a minute. I kept trying to say Yabandon, and I was like, no.
No,
it's
that's
not
fair. That's fair.
him. I don't know why I picture Vergadine as like glowing blue. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what comes into my mind. And then my brain was like, that blue guy, Yabandon. No.
I mean,
Wait.
he does wear blue with white trim. And now we
That's
have a
true.
hypothesis as to why.
Oh, we sure do. We do.
Actually, I see Shilarani like a Jedi spirit. That's how I see Shilarani. Like bluey, glowy, and see-through, but also she's wearing her white robes with blue trim.
The Jedi spirits are like how I picture Vergadine. Yes. Absolutely. Echo, I'm glad it's not just me. Fergie's like Gandalf.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's helping a lot of people.
No, it's not a one-on-one situation, but hey, Lucky, do you want to come rip more
Oh,
pages out of my notebook?
Whoa, tail.
that was
Hi-
big tail.
Him so fluffy.
It's butt time again.
He sit.
It's butt time again. He loves showing me his butt. Stop it.
And us, apparently.
Yeah, thank goodness his butt is so fluffy you can't really see it.
Yeah.
Bean, though. God. You can't even see her, but she's right there. That's Bean.
Oh, little baby.
Oh,
She's so dark back in there. Somehow there's a cat hair on my face.
Somehow.
So I was gonna say somehow cats
I
are in
don't-
the house.
I don't know how it happened. I don't even have cats, and still there's cat hair all over my face.
who knows? Some things
A mystery.
can't be explained.
You
I
know?
have one cat and one idiot. So
Bean is my idiot.
I have one black void of energy.
chaos.
It's not a cat. It just moves through my house like a cat.
That's ominous. I'm gonna try to have
Made
a
the black hole.
proper, what do I call it, ring light next time, so I won't have to use my monitor for extra light.
No, I love it. I love it. It's good.
I can see it flickering, and I don't like it. I don't know if it is for
Oh, that's
y'all,
fair.
but it is for me on the preview, and it makes
I
me
have to look
angry.
I mean, I'm happy to tell you that the
Really
frame
hard.
rate for guest star is such that while it's a good enough frame
Yeah.
rate for government work, it's not good enough to pick up the light flicker. So we're actually
Oh,
not,
good.
not
'Cause
seeing
I
it.
could see it the whole time,
Yeah.
and I kept staring at it. Echo's seen it too.
It
I'm
comes up a
sorry.
little bit, but
I did try to turn on my ring light to see if it would work, and it's just full power, warm light, and it it washed me out so bad.
no.
I want to see.
Hold on. I don't know.
Ugh.
It was in the daylight still. Hold on.
Didn't you just find the remote control for it?
Well, I have two ring lights.
Oh,
Oh, geez.
Everything's broken. It's broken.
Ring lights. The most struggling thing.
Oh, now it won't even
literally
turn
ever.
on. It's broken.
Well,
Ring lights are always a struggle.
They are. It broken now. It no turn on at all.
I can't count the amount of times I have gotten frustrated and have tussled with a ring light. Like an
Yeah.
embarrassing amount of times.
They haven't given me much trouble until now. I don't know why they hate me all of a sudden, but whatever. It's gonna turn on randomly in 5 minutes, probably. I'm just gonna unplug it and leave it unplugged at this point.
Have you tried plugging it in besides your computer? Is it plugged into your computer right now?
It is right now. I need to move it.
I was gonna say, have you tried plugging it in not your computer?
I should, because
Have
the
you tried
one that's
putting it in
working is
rice?
into. Maybe.
Yeah, just stick the whole ring light.
Yo, I wonder if that messed it up because I didn't have air conditioning. So that house got super humid for like 4 days.
mm,
maybe.
Could have gotten
Oh.
watered.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, it's very
It would have to be
humid.
a lot. I was gonna say, look, I understand the amount of humidity, so like it's possible, but it would have to
And
be
it-
a lot of humidity.
It rained a couple of days too.
Mm,
So, I mean, it may have if it was already mad at everything
yeah.
and then it just got so humid. I mean, that because I shut the computer down Thursday night, I guess it was, after D&D, and I didn't turn it back on until last night when the air conditioning was back on. And suddenly the ring light's
Okay.
broken. So, I don't know. I choose
Maybe
to
it'll
believe it
just
was the
decide.
humidity.
Maybe it'll just decide that it's fine. Maybe it's just got to dry
Maybe.
out for a week to a month to
Hey,
however
Elite
much time it
Encounters.
actually needs.
Hey, Laura.
Raiders, hello.
How was your session tonight, friends? Welcome in.
Hi.
We had a lot of revelations and our brains hurt, so we're chilling.
Yeah, so we're a little bit. Yeah.
I know I was mean.
So mean.
I like how that hammer comes up. My face is like right in the bottom little like loop.
Oh, that's like,
Oh, is it?
it's
Oh,
not a
yeah, I
video. It's
understand.
actually a live effect. So we could just like leave it right there.
Here we go.
There you go. Wait.
I love it so much.
So good. I love it.
Oh, that's pretty great. Yep. The Thunder Dwarf. What does that mean? What? Whomst? I need to know. Who's
They're
the
running a
Thunder
D&D.
Dwarf?
The last time I was over there, they were, well, I want to say they were bravely fighting. I think you were not fleeing from the horde of undead, right? But their DM is nicer than I am.
They were advancing towards future victory. It's
Yeah, that's
not a
how it was.
retreat.
Yeah. No, I think they were
that's
actually, I think they were
retreats
turning
are
it
never
around.
actual
Yeah.
retreats.
Never flee. You got it. You get it.
It's never fleeing. It's just strategy.
A dwarf that thinks he has lightning powers? Hold on, that's incredible.
Could you imagine if Jordan?
Oh no.
Jordan thinks he has lightning powers? No.
Oh, what if Jordan thinks he has volcano powers?
God, is there any way we could give him anything? Oh God, I want.
No. Don't give him anything real. Oh my god.
Not real. No, I want Darren to come up behind and be like shooting little like pews as he's like pointing, so it looks like he's doing it.
Oh my gosh.
No. Poor Jordan.
You want to
would
gaslight
never
poor
recover.
Jordan into
not
a lifetime
gaslight
of
it.
thinking he's secretly the BBEG. He's actually the end game boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan gets the staff
makes
with a
sense.
shield and becomes some crazy powerful god, and you have to like fight Jordan.
I don't want to fight Jordan.
I also don't want you to fight Jordan. Don't let anyone get that staff, Ramar. That's for you.
Me.
Or Esbury or Finnegan, but let's be real, it's for you.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead and wield it.
Wow.
How that turns out.
Yeah, sunshine.
Wow.
Oh, literally, Laura's telling us that's what happened. Happened to this dwarf, the thunder dwarf. Someone cast lightning behind him.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, in fact, your plan for Jordan seems like it would work. We have an experiment that's been conducted.
Oh no. Oh, I feel bad for him.
No, I think it's beautiful that the player played that through. Yeah,
That's incredible.
as it should be.
Yeah. Oh. It was over his head.
Aw.
I love that built-in short joke along with the
I love
long
that. That's so
con.
good.
Oh my God. Incredible.
It's beautiful.
Good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
Funny.
Somehow dwarves are simultaneously taller than I thought and shorter than I visualized. I can't describe why, but both things happen in my brain at the same time. Oh, wait. Echo was talking about Rachel. I need to know what was up with Rachel and the Raven
Oh,
Queen.
yeah, what was that all about?
She was just there, right?
Mhm.
Like
She's trying
That
to
was,
figure
like,
this
the last
compassion
thing
thing
I
out,
saw.
and the thought you got out of that was, oh, that she thinks that this girl is the solution, can fix it.
my little head canon for it now is it that Rachel also wants to do things that are supposedly out of her completely out of her possibility and control to do, but she's fighting to do them anyway. She's fighting to get a solution to be able to do them. So maybe the Raven Queen also wants to fight to find a solution to do compassion, like Rachel wants to do love and like touch. That's just that's it.
I don't know.
Rachel has compassion, and she's a member of a species that isn't meant to. That's right. That goes right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
There's a lot to that stuff too
Right.
for Rachel. She's got. I mean, she's the main character of the novel. So you only find out in the campaign if you dig in. But yeah. So yeah, she is in fact compassionate, and it's not only rare, but she was effectively shunned for it.
Right. Because it's not normal.
Yeah, compassion's a sign of weakness. The only
Yeah.
emotions allowed are anger
So-
and righteousness.
I'm not sure if we're supposed to pick it up or if we already picked it up and I just missed it. But was it that Rachel is like trying to work on the block, or is that the block is there because of Rachel? I'm confused.
Which has nothing to do with the block. The block is blocking a lot of stuff, and the Wyvern Queen's trying to figure stuff out. The block maybe isn't just about the Shillian wizards. The block may also prevent her from really knowing a lot about what happened before, right? Who knows? Remember, the blocks aren't perfect. So they let some things through and they block some things out that don't really matter. They don't really, I mean, as Marie has firsthand experience with this, you forgot that your siblings were present when you were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't do anything to serve the Shillian wizards, right? That's not helping. Yeah. Like, why would that even be effective? It's because they're imperfect. There was no knowledge in your mind at the time about what a shill was, so there was nothing for it to block. But it did take hold and block some random shit. And so it could be that there are other memories behind those barriers that are just casualties of the strike, basically.
Could that be where? How
I still don't understand what Rachel being in front of it means.
Rachel and the block are independent from each other. They just happen when basically they're happening in your thinking. You also had something else happen that had nothing to do with the barrier, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. There was a lot that
It just seemed like that whole time we were like inside her head, like in looking, I don't know.
Some red-caped dude told a young-looking girl, thank you for agreeing to take the mantle. I'm tired of doing this, of being the god of death. And she became, and then Finnegan became the goddess of death in that memory.
Yeah.
And then you learned about the goddess of death's limitations. So you learned two things. You learned one, that apparently she wasn't always the god of death. Someone else was, and they handed her the torch. And she also thinks that for some reason, Rachel is a solution to her problem. That's what came out in that scene.
How old do we know how old she was whenever the thing went off?
She didn't look that old. You'd think no younger than late 20s, no older than late 30s.
And I'm assuming did she become the god whenever the block had already happened or before?
Before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you are at a stage now of unraveling the story that asking the question, how old are each of the gods, is a reasonable thing to try and chase down, because it might help you with the massive timeline here, right?
Okay, yeah. We should definitely, that should be our next big questions for people. Mm-hmm. Or for gods.
Could ask the gods themselves, or I can think of at least two beings that still wander the plains who aren't technically gods, who were around and might just know.
Nightscale and
You bond.
brain, please. Kithriel, maybe?
Kithriel, yeah.
Okay.
Aha!
So I understand there's some fear around Kithriel, so maybe your alternative is like, get Ranmar a classy bow tie and some cologne, and maybe Finnegan can start playing a violin, and you just kind of get the shoulder roll going for good old Nightscale and see what you learn. No.
Why? No.
Shoulder roll?
Because I know what chat wants. Isn't that how you kids do it these days? You do the shoulder roll to woo and lure in your mates. See?
No.
I'm gonna, from now on, I'm learning. Taking.
That's how Ranmar do, I assume, right?
No.
Oh my God.
Ranmar don't do. I don't.
Lost, why? What have I done wrong? I feel like I have done this right. I'm trying to, just as the narrator and their friend, I'm trying to advise them on how to navigate this difficult and complex landscape.
I don't think that the answer is shoulder roll.
Is the answer spear, as Donato suggests? Should Ranmar wheel in there with the spear?
One thing that the answer is not is sword.
I'm gonna make it up to that spear somehow.
Gonna get a fancy outfit.
Echo, if I could, I would time you out for that.
Oh my God.
Don't let us see over on this side of the table. Don't worry. curse my ring clicking with the die. You don't hear anything right now.
I heard that.
Yeah, we don't hear anything.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Now we have some knowledge we didn't have before.
Great.
I want you all to know that
Great.
I see this campaign as a very serious, very dramatic story that the players can engage in and learn about and fight their way through. They can both win great combats and battles and also do tremendous emotional labor for a ridiculous number of NPCs of wildly varying power levels. But also they can they really want to just date everybody. I don't know how this happened. This is like a thing that happened to Dungeons and Dragons in the past 5 years, but like I don't know, Elite Encounters, you have to tell me if your players are also trying to date every NPC they encounter, because this is a thing that I have had to adapt my mythos to make it work.
Not
Did you
everybody's
say-
trying to date every NPC.
Did you say players plural? Because there's only the one.
I mean,
Ranmar just wants to date the one NPC.
I mean, you have to see that as a
Esmeralda wants
narrator.
0 NPCs.
Like as the narrator, what I see is I see a player with a long singular streak of unrequited love with a very specific individual that we maybe the character themselves fucked up, and also there's this new guy that like bought her a cute treehouse. And so there's just a lot of things to think about, and she's just not ready to process it. That is a very believable, like fun, corny romance novel that everyone wants to line up and buy next week, right? And then we have in the other two corners, we have a very dashing young man who strikes out constantly, and we have a very reserved scholar who, no matter what they do, what Aya is to bow and arrow, Ranmar is to love, and it is just an impossible thing to understand.
I love it so much.
It was so descriptive.
Hey, I want you to understand how I see these things, so that you'll get it when the time is right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
the thing though about
Oh.
I don't feel like Finn strikes out constantly. I don't think Finn actually really tries most of the time. It's usually just like an
I'm not ever actively trying to.
No.
I'm flirting with Aldi. Does chat realize this? I'm flirting with like one person.
It's fascinating,
actively.
deeply fascinating that
I
You
told
have
you.
the
you will try to like overtly and clearly get your flirt on with all this geet, and it is charming and tactless and embarrassingly adorable. And then with everybody else, you just casually fucking James Bond Casanova your way in, and they're all like, holy shit, they come on strong. What is actually happening? God, you have this like, oh, my Fabio hair, overwhelmingly sexy. Oh God.
Yeah,
Finn never means to flirt.
I've said from the beginning that the people I'm actually doing a bad job flirting with is the only ones that I'm actually flirting with. If I'm doing a bad job and I'm nervous, then I like them.
It sounds just like real life.
Yeah, a little bit.
you have like the exact opposite problem that Ramar does.
The-
Ramar
Yeah, it's funny.
can't flirt at all. The one they want to.
I mean, Ranmar, you are actually the only one of the three to success. Ranmar success.
I have some success.
You've success.
Ranmar
Which I think is a
success.
fancy
You get
term
smooches,
for
that
is
a
success.
little more, yeah, smooches.
You have the very
That's
clear ending of Mass Effect 2 romance hallmarks. You did it. You made it. You got it. Look at that.
No, don't bring Mass Effect into this. I'll cry.
Aw.
Mass Effect is just that series. It gets me, even just thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The Nixies are too young for romance.
I have no concept of
I
what the
don't either.
Nixies are, honestly.
They're literally 2 to 3 years in age, and like effectively they behave like 6-year-olds.
Oh. Moira
Okay.
did not give me that vibe, but definitely Spritzy does.
Moira's like the 6-year-old from that episode of Twilight Zone that was a god, and like when he got mad at someone, he would bury them alive 100 yards under the earth just by looking at them.
Great. That sounds cool.
Scared of Moira.
I did not realize they were yeah, like I said, proper children.
Basically,
I
they are.
really not.
Yeah, I mean they're
I
they're
thought they
they're
were, like,
creatures of the
hundreds of
Fae, and so they were when they were created or came into being, they could just like immediately speak and do all the things they can do because they're more aspects of nature than they are like an intelligent species. They don't have a life cycle. They exist because the water does. So they're a little weird, and as a result, they do not date. They don't understand. They think
Probably
it's
for the
funny and
best.
silly and weird.
It's for the best.
They're not really well suited to
Truly
romance.
for the best.
I think you get that, yeah.
'Cause you break up and you turn into a fish every time. That would be a
Just
travesty.
a trail of fish left behind this Nixie.
Yeah.
Oh God. I was
Yes.
so scared for you when you were a fish.
Me
I think we
was
all
so
were.
scared.
I think we
Yeah.
all were really worried. Yeah.
Poor Ollie. Just my heart. He did so
I
well, but
know, he was so stressed.
he's so stressed. I don't like seeing him stressed.
I will admit I was taking a peek at some of the spells that y'all get access to. Finn, I have to know if you're planning on getting polymorph when you get the
Oh,
chance.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just I'm waiting for it.
Just checking because I was like, if Finn doesn't take polymorph, I'm
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
a little sad.
Oh.
No, I certainly shall be. I feel like I don't know if I can I want to polymorph into a dragon. I don't know if that's ever going to be in my capability or my grasp to do so, but I want to be a dragon.
I have no idea what the limits on 5e polymorph are now. We'll have to find out.
I think it says something like the creature you turn into can't have a CR rating higher than you do.
What's a CR rating?
Spoiler.
Basically just I don't know how it compares, but it's basically a way to designate how powerful something is. So like a zombie might be a CR rating of half, but a dragon might be a 4. I don't know,
Oh, I got you.
but I was looking it up,
She
reading
passed.
about it.
It's
A
so
cat.
hard to see. She's so hard to see. In the night she is. Look at that void. Look at her.
Look at her
Bye.
stalking around.
She's
Bean decided to point her face at us so you can kind of see
stop
the little
scratching.
bright spots of her ears.
Oh, I do.
It's just
May,
that's all you get though.
May, come hither. Where are you? She's under the chair now. I'm scared. Ah,
Oh. Scared by your own void, cat.
come here, void. Come here, void. She bopped us into a screen today because she tried to get a bird.
Oh
Just
no.
full bop us, full face planted.
Oh, no.
Bounced off of it. It made that screen like noise.
Yeah. I'm scared to open my windows much beyond like a foot because I don't want them to be able to leap through it that easily. So I don't know if my screens would stop them.
Oh, gosh. I have, in
Especially
fact, seen my screen stop my cats. In fact, one of them got trapped in it, got his little claw stuck in the screen and couldn't get it out. And I'm like, well,
Aw.
if I go over there to get you out, you're going to rip your fucking claw off trying to escape me because you think I'm going to kill you. What do I do? I just like had to watch him like, look, he's looking at me panic like, oh my God, don't get me. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And just like managed to not rip his freaking claw out, escape. Really?
No.
They don't realize that they just have to retract.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they get
he
so
has
hooked
that.
in there.
I think he's maybe learned to retract his claws finally, but he didn't get it at first for a while.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have language. They can't teach each other how to do that stuff. They each have to figure it out on their own, unfortunately.
You're
A
still
learning curve.
It's true. Ah, sure. Okay.
Don't scratch my chair, tiny void. No.
I hear cat chaos, anarchy, anarchy.
Stop scratching.
Cat chaos.
Cat chaos.
Cat-os.
A lot of
Yeah,
folks are
yes,
playing
indeed.
Hades 2, and I don't want to raid someone playing Hades 2 because I know a lot of you are like excited to play and don't want spoilers. It's like the demo or something, right?
It's early access.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm not playing the early access. I want to play because like the whole thing is like I want to play. I'm sure that writing is like half the charm, right? The gameplay is great, but like it's the story and the dialogue, and I don't want to see half of it. It would be
Yeah.
sad. And looks like a lot of other folks are wrapping up, so we're just gonna zoom out. We're just zooming out. Okay, bye.
Wow, yeah.
That time
We're
has
zooming
come.
out. Okay, bye.
What is today? It's Tuesday. It's the long wait for Dungeons and Dragons.
Tuesday.
It's next Thursday. And
But
if
then
you
we're
want to
playing.
see my increased mastery of pathologic, which I'm happy to say is significant now, that will resume on Friday. So worry not, everybody.
There's so much fear in pathologic.
I know. As I get everything I deserve for what I do to you all here, it evens out in the end.
But we don't get to do it. We don't get to inflict it upon you. You do it to yourself.
You know what? I guess it is my fault. It's all my fault. Anyway, follow your friends here. Fraggy streams like once every other week or so. It's a surprise every time. And Quinn is streaming now sometimes, but there's no warning. You just have to be following. You're never going to know. And
That's very true.
Munu and I have more or less consistent schedules, and you're all in there all the time. Now you know.
Ta-da.
And knowing is half the battle. We've learned some things. And Rammer got a mooch tonight from a goddess. It's all good.
I sure did. I
Most
still don't know how to
times.
process with that. Goodbye.
You're welcome, bye.
Bye.
At least you got a cool buff out of it.
I did,
Yeah,
but
you
my
did.
brain got kissed. I don't know how to deal with that.
Brain smooches.
Brooches?
What?
Brooches?
No.